Next up is Emma Bennett, a 7th grader from Post Oak. She will be presenting Yesterday. Let's have a big round of applause for Emma.
Yesterday. Yesterday, dew dripped in a great dark rainforest. It dripped down the orchids and the birds of paradise. It seeped over leaves and into spotted fur. A jaguar sat under a kapok tree. She twitched her tail as the dew dripped down. A flock of parrots soared through the evening sky, and the jaguar kit-licked his mother. Yesterday, the pack of wolves ran through the woods. They ran through the woods, and the hunters were on their trail. They ran through the woods, and the poachers could not follow. The wolves stayed safe beneath the starry sky. The mother wolf nuzzled her children. The pups pounced on their father's tail, and the wind danced among the trees. Yesterday, 2 eagles soared in the pale gray sky. They soared, and they called, and they flapped their wings. They soared close together and locked talons, tumbling head over feet down to earth, linked together, falling as one, swearing silently never to part, and a black bear sat up below. Yesterday, the wolves were chased through the greenwood. They were chased, and they ran, and they panted, the pups at their feet, struggling to remain standing, the killers behind them, hot on their tails, crashing through the leaves and thorns and bracken. There is one shot, a mimicry, a mocking of thunder, and then there is silence. Yesterday, the eagles soared in that pale gray sky. They soared and they tumbled through the air. The black bear ran below, heart pounding, panting, scared for his life. He ran through the woods and across a stream. He could not run fast enough, and there was silence. Yesterday, dew dripped on a kapok tree. It dripped down the trunk and onto the leaves. The jaguar was not under it, chased away. The tree shuddered, dew flying everywhere. It shuddered and quaked, and the noise was horrible. A great kapok tree fell in the Amazon rainforest, and then there was silence. Today, a wolf is killed in a forest. Poison runs through an eagle's veins. A black bear is shot while fleeing. A jaguar kit wails for his mother. A great kapok tree falls. A girl gazes at a window and writes a poem, all under the same bright sky. Why do we need these animals? What is the real appeal? Why do we bother? Are these animals valuable to us, or is saving them just our way of escaping guilt? The same question can probably be directed at the environment. Who cares if we chop down that forest? We need the timber, what with our growing population. Who cares if we pollute a water source? We can buy bottled water almost anywhere. If you believe that there are no legitimate answers to these questions, please listen. I'll start with the environment. Habitats support life. Trees and many other plants produce oxygen. We need oxygen to survive. The entire world does, every animal and every human. How sad it is that you can barely see any stars at night here in Houston, and yet in Galveston there are many, as fresh air seems to be getting more and more scarce. Trees and other plants form habitats called forests. Forests produce timber, which can be harvested in a sustainable manner for the manufacturing of buildings, houses, and the list goes on. Whether it's farmers growing crops in a field or a hunter hunting for game in a forest where it is legal to hunt, usually the outcome of the habitat plus something else equals something to do with life. That food from that field feeds that farmer's family, and if they sell it, other families too. That game that hunter took down feeds their family and possibly others. Habitats and ecosystems are beautiful. Have you ever seen a sunrise over a canyon? Or a sunset over the ocean? Stood in a forest and listened to the leaves dancing in the wind? Smelled the scent of rain in a desert? I must admit, I haven't seen a sunrise over a canyon, but I've experienced all the others, and they are amazing. And yet the wild is shunned. Why can't nature be cool? Why must it take a movie, like the Lorax, to raise awareness? I believe nature is beautiful, and that our computers and TV screens can't compete with it. Animals are necessary to healthy ecosystems. There are multiple reasons why. Take the gray wolf, for example. The gray wolf is one of many persecuted animals that provoke great controversy. Some people argue that gray wolves kill cattle, which can be disastrous for farmers. Others enjoy hunting wolves, either for sport, for their pelts, or illegally. Some say that the wolf population is too big, that wolves are lowering the populations of their prey. But the fact is, wolves are vital to a healthy ecosystem. Look at it this way. Imagine this simplified ecosystem. There are the wolves, the elk, and the plants the elk feed on, as well as many other mammals the wolves hunt. Imagine that suddenly all the wolves are gone, just like that. Without the wolves to control it, the elk population will grow. Eventually, there won't be enough food for all these elk, and that species will die out. The same thing will happen with the other mammal species once the elk are gone. And pretty soon, we'll have this horrible place with no life. It makes sense. Remove a predator from an ecosystem, the prey population soars, then rapidly declines, and eventually dies out. If we mess up even one small part of one ecosystem, it can affect the entire world. I'm not asking that we abandon our own issues while saving the animals. It wouldn't be very fair for me to ask that. But it isn't just our issues and then the animals. Our issues and the animals' issues are one. We are all in one world, after all. I'm just asking that you all think about something for a moment. Imagine a world without animals, or forests, or wetlands, or deserts, or ice. There are no wolves, no lionesses hunting on the African savanna, or polar bears swimming through the Arctic seas. No trees. It's not pretty, is it? But, sadly, it's quite likely this picture may be where we're headed. So let's turn to the animals and their habitats. There's barely any time to spare. We've done all these horrible things to the world. We've cut down rainforests and dumped chemicals into the seas. We've practically exterminated many, many animal species. The most severely endangered animal species, like the Darwin's fox and a nocturnal parrot called the kakapo, don't have that long. Some animals we have exterminated. Remember the dodo? That was us. The Bali tiger subspecies, the one that lived only on the Indonesian island? Same answer. To be honest, a lot of our crises are our fault. It's high time we realize that and start fixing them. We can each do this in our own way. I wrote this poem and giving this talk. Now, I'm asking that you do something. Donate to an organization that helps protect wildlife or their habitats. Travel to a place where the air is clean and the stars are bright. Sit under a tree. Help spread the word. After all, in the end, we will conserve only what we love. We will love only what we understand, and we will understand only what we have been taught. My name is Emma, and I speak for the wild.